and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reaction with your host, Bryan. Today we're going to be looking at a song called Poison the Well. It has been requested quite a few times this last week or two, and we're going to see what this song's all about. It's called Nerdy, and let's get right into this, why don't we? Is that guitar playing outside of a key signature? This part's all rhythm. Not much melody going on, but heavy use of rhythmic elements. The guitars, the vocalists, they pick one note and they're just playing it in different rhythms. Is that harmony off just a little bit? Or is the vocals off against the guitar? No. I almost want to say all three instruments were not in tune at that part. Interesting break. Total dissonance here. This song so far is mostly just rhythmic elements with almost zero regard for melodic ones. Alright, you got a tempo change there. A rather short tempo change. Alright, I'm gonna preface this by saying that was not my cup of tea. With that said, I'm really gonna try to dig into this and find something positive to talk about. Okay, so to begin with, this is a perfect case study for we're actually building a song off of rhythmic elements. There were only two sections. There were only two sections where there was any sort of harmony, and it would be the opening guitar riff and the clean vocal line. Almost everything else was using a single note and playing different rhythmic patterns on it. And that includes the vocals. When he did his Fry scream, he had a single sound. Fry's kind of weird because it doesn't have a note. It's kind of a cacophony of notes, creating a lot of dissonance, which is where you get that raspiness. All the sounds are kind of bouncing together, and it creates that harsh sound. But he picked a single tone, and every word was on that tone. So even the singing was highly rhythmic with almost very little, almost zero melodic elements to it. The elements that did have melody, our opening guitar riff and the the clean vocal part were still somehow dissonant. The opening guitar riff was outside of a standard key signature. It either had a ton of accidentals in it, or it was a chromatic scale, chromatic. They were playing over a chromatic key. Um, it was dissonant, and then when you get to the clean vocals, the two parts, you had the low part, and then the top part was, I believe, 2 octaves higher, and they were just slightly off. Just a little bit flat, just a little bit sharp, and it kind of came in and out. So sometimes they lined up, sometimes they were out of it. Um, and then the rest of the song, the only other time we didn't have that bass line note being played in the guitars was during the breakdown when they played the bass line like dun 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 dee nee 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 nee, and they had that two notes that are like half step apart and just playing them against each other. But again, dissonance. The song is characteristic of mm, rhythmic elements with tons of dissonance. And that even kind of goes into the lyrical qualities, where a lot of the lines lyrically either didn't rhyme or were missing a single note to kind of round off the rhythmic flow of the vocal line. But there was always something that felt off, and I know it's not wrong to not rhyme. It's not wrong to create a melody that doesn't loop itself. Um, the flow doesn't have to be there when you sing. But I need to point it out because it goes in line with the rest of the song. The theme of the song seems to be dissonance. Uh, the melodic parts are dissonant. Um, the lyrics don't line up with what you expect them to be. Even the tempo change at the end lasted for a whole 8 bars. When you finally get into something that sounds different, a break from the rest of the song, it's over before you know it. And it seems to go in stark contrast to the lyrics, which seem to be about um, somebody he fancies, um, somebody who makes his heart flutter, and just kind of makes him happy. And he's at the end, he was excited to just hold their hand. So um, it's more or less a love song where not a bit of the song sounds lovely. I don't know what to make of that. I don't even know if there's much more to say about this song. I did not enjoy it so much. Um, but I can appreciate what they were going for, and I kind of hope it was intentional. I hope they set out to make uh, something. Actually, when you think about it, when you have a love song, romantic song that where the music isn't romantic in itself, it's not a song that swoons. It's not a song that kind of has like a waviness to it. It is a very strict, hard, dissonant sound. The difference between the lyrical quality and the music itself, the musical qualities, is dissonant. There's dissonance even there. The lyrics don't line up with the music. So I mean, dissonance is the theme here in every aspect, and I really hope that's intentional because otherwise, it comes off as amateurish. I don't want to say that there are rules to writing good music. We have music theory, but just like any good art, the rules, the conventions, they can be tossed aside, and we can still create good art. We have postmodernism in art and expressionism. Uh, Maybe not expressionism. That doesn't sound right now that I've said it. But anyways, postmodern definitely. where they basically said, these are all the rules to good composition and art. We're not going to do any of it. We're going to do our own thing. And that can definitely be done in music. We have some very oddball music. We would never have had, jazz fusion or bebop, especially if, people didn't start bucking trends. And that's what I want to hope is going on here, that they intentionally said, we're not going to do any of this. Because otherwise, if they just kind of fell into this, if this is just how they play, uh, it's bad. And like I said, I don't want to say it's bad because there are rules that says it's bad. It's just unconventional, and it seems there are some small mistakes like the harmonic dissonance in the clean vocals that a more skilled band would not do. When you do harmonies, you want them to be in tune with each other. When you write a melodic riff, you want it to be in tune with the song. And I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I don't know how they made the song. I don't know who they are. This is my first introduction. I don't know what the rest of the stuff is. They could write the most beautiful compositions, and they just wanted to write something dissonant this time. Um, but if it was not intentional, then it just kind of sounds amateurish to me. There's a lot of random stops and the dissonance in the harmonies and the it's just a lot to take in. But that's my thoughts on Poison the Well. Nerdy, what are your thoughts? Is this indicative of their style, or is this a one-off where they just wanted to do something totally different? Let me know in the comments. While you're down there, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I will be back tomorrow. I'm pretty excited for tomorrow's song. I was actually pretty excited for this one. Poison Well is a cool band name. Nerdy. I mean, that could mean anything. So based off the names, I was pretty excited. Um, didn't quite meet the expectations I had set, but I set expectations off of a name, so that's my fault. I'm not gonna beat her on that one. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, as usual, with something I am pretty excited for. I've heard good things about this band, just never really got around to checking them out, unfortunately. And we're gonna we're gonna see what they got. So yeah, until tomorrow, you all have a fantastic day.